The city is fast asleep, shrouded in a dense fog that blurs the moon into a pale smudge in the sky. It clings to the windows of the Orion building, making the world outside disappear. On the 23rd floor, a single light flickers in an office that should be empty. No one is there. At least, that's how it seems. But down in the lobby, the elevator panel lights up. Someone or something has just called it from above. With a high-pitched creak, the doors slide open on the ground floor. The inside is bathed in a sickly, yellowish light that pulses faintly like a weak heart about to give out. A man steps in. He's in a dark suit, holding a briefcase, his eyes heavy with exhaustion. He doesn't even glance around. His focus is singular. He presses the button for the 23rd floor. The doors shut, and the elevator begins its ascent. The hum of the motor a steady, almost comforting drone. But then, somewhere between the 10th and 11th floors, the sound just stops abruptly, as if the world itself was switched off. The man frowns, looking up at the control panel. The light for the 11th floor never illuminates. The elevator is still rising, silent and ghostly, but the floor indicator is frozen. Hello? He calls out, more from instinct than any real expectation of an answer. Silence. The lights flicker. Once, twice, and then they die completely, plunging him into absolute, suffocating darkness. The man takes a shaky breath, pulling out his phone. The screen flares to life, throwing wild, dancing shadows against the cold metal walls. He aims the flashlight at the ceiling. Nothing. He points it at the floor. Nothing. He sweeps the beam across the mirrored wall at the back, and that's when he sees it. Standing directly behind him is a tall, motionless figure, its arms hanging limp like broken puppet strings. It has no face. Just a dark, empty void where its eyes should be. He whips around instantly. There's no one there. He forces himself to look back at the mirror. The figure is still there. It's slowly, unnaturally, tilting its head to one side. What do you want? The man stammers, his voice cracking under the strain. There's no answer. Just a whisper, so close he feels the cold breath on the back of his neck. Silence. He stumbles back, pressing himself against the elevator wall. Just as suddenly, the main lights flash back on. The elevator is empty. He's alone again. But when he looks in the mirror, the figure is now just inches from his own reflection, a ghastly smile splitting its featureless face like a deep wound. The doors burst open. He's on the 23rd floor. He doesn't hesitate. He runs, stumbling out of the elevator without a single glance back. His office is dark, just as he left it. He fumbles for the switch, and the room floods with familiar light. Everything is in its place. His desk, his computer, the cup of cold coffee from this morning. He sinks into his chair, heart pounding, trying to steady his breathing, but something is wrong. The office door is closed. He never closes it. A fresh wave of dread washes over him. He forces himself to his feet and walks toward it. He pulls the door open, and the hallway isn't the one he knows. It's narrower, claustrophobic. The walls are damp, glistening with moisture, and the overhead lights are all out. He looks towards the elevators. The doors are wide open, revealing an empty car, but something is calling to him. A voiceless voice echoing in his mind. Silence. He doesn't want to go back. He fights it, but his legs move on their own, carrying him back toward that metal box. He steps inside. He presses the button for the ground floor. The doors close and the elevator begins to descend. But it doesn't stop at the lobby. It glides past the ground floor, continuing its journey down. Basement 1, Basement 2. This building doesn't have any basements. The lights go out again. Darkness. He feels a chilling skeletal hand clamp down on his shoulder. Silence. He opens his mouth to scream, but no sound comes out. His throat is tight, useless. The lights flicker on. The figure is standing right in front of him now. It has a mouth. A huge gaping mouth filled with rows of needle-sharp teeth. It doesn't speak. It just smiles. The elevator doors open one last time. But there's no floor. Just a black, bottomless abyss that seems to swallow the very light around it. The figure shoves him. He falls. There's no scream, no final shout of terror. Just a man falling silently into nothing. Hours later, a security guard doing his rounds finds the elevator stopped on the 23rd floor. Doors open. Inside, he finds the man's briefcase, his phone, and his watch, all sitting neatly on the floor. The car is empty. Confused, he checks the security footage. The recording shows the man entering the elevator on the ground floor at 1:47 a.m. He presses the button for the 23rd floor, and the doors close. But according to the video, the elevator never moves. It stays on the ground floor all night. Yet, the system log shows it arrived on the 23rd floor at 1:49 a.m. The guard, unnerved, quietly deletes the recording. The next day, life goes on. A young woman from Human Resources is working late. She heads to the elevator, presses the button for the 10th floor. The doors close. The car ascends. And then, between the 8th and 9th floors, it stops. The lights flicker. "Hello?" she asks, her voice echoing in the small space. Silence. And then, a whisper. Silence. The lights go out, and it all begins again. This isn't just one building or one city. A delivery driver in a freight elevator presses the button for the 3rd floor. It stops between 1 and 2. The lights flicker. "Hello?" A whisper answers. Silence. In an old hospital, a nurse takes the service elevator to the basement. It stops halfway. The lights flicker. "Hello?" A whisper. Silence. This phenomenon has no explanation. It has no known origin. It just exists in every elevator, all over the world. Waiting. All it takes is for you to be alone. All it takes is for you to speak, because something is always listening, and it despises the sound of a human voice. It demands silence, and when it doesn't get it, it takes the one who broke the peace. It leaves no trace, no witnesses. Only empty elevators that continue to run as if nothing ever happened. Waiting for the next person to step inside. Waiting for the next person to ask, "Hello?" And then, eternal, absolute silence. So next time you're alone in an elevator and the lights start to flicker, maybe it's best to just stay quiet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more unsettling tales. Stay safe out there.